Oh, okay, upstairs. Oh, I'm just so cold. Learning about Antarctica and the penguins is just making me so cold. Maybe I need to zip this up and button my hat a little bit so I can stay nice and warm. Oh, friends, today is the very last day that we are learning about the continents. We learned about the last continent on Tuesday, and that continent was Antarctica. Antarctica is at the bottom of the globe at the South Pole, and because it's at the bottom, it's very cold. And a special animal lives in Antarctica. If you remember what it is, shout it out. You're right, it's a penguin. Today, we're going to read the Little Penguin, the Emperor of Antarctica, one more time. And today when we read, your job is to answer questions about the book. And you guys know, because you're already great readers, that great readers just don't guess an answer and just think about whatever they want, but they look at something special in the book. Do you remember what it is? If I'm asking a question about Little Emperor, I can look at something in the book. What can I look at? You've got it. I can look at the picture and I can look at the words to help me answer the question. Another thing great readers can use to answer questions is their schema. Say schema. Your schema is what you already know in your brain. So you might already know things about penguins. You might already know things about Antarctica. You can use what's in your schema or what you already know to answer questions. When we read The Little Penguin, the Emperor of Antarctica, practice answering questions with me by looking at the pictures, words, and using what you already know. And I'll try to stay warm over here. When the little penguin crawled out of his cracked egg, he looked around with his wobbly head. He was cradled on his father's feet. Little Emperor was cold and hungry. Feed me, he peeped. Father Penguin dripped crop milk into the chick's wide open mouth. Then he tucked the chick under his belly flap. Now Little Emperor was cozy and warm. Kipsters, how did Little Emperor stay so cozy and warm? Look at the picture and think about the words I said. I'll read it again just so you can make sure you're right. Then he tucked the chick under his belly flap. Now the Little Emperor was cozy and warm. How did he stay so cozy and warm? Right, because he went back under his father's belly flap. His father is keeping him warm. We can see that in the picture because now Little Emperor is under here. He's not out like he was before. And we heard it in the words. But soon he was hungry again, and Father Penguin was out of milk. Oh no! Little Emperor whistled and peeped and poked his head out. Feed me! Pretend like you're Little Emperor, and pretend like you're so hungry in Antarctica. You ready? Can you say, feed me, just like that? Okay, ready, set, go. Feed me. Oh, little penguins out there. Just in time, Mother Penguin crooned her song across the wind-blown ice. Father Penguin trumpeted back, Here, we're here! Who's coming in this group of penguins? That's right, Mother Penguin is coming back. There! Among thousands of voices, she recognized the call of her mate. She had been away for 3 months, hunting in the open sea, and now she had made the long trek back, and her belly was filled to bursting with fish, squid, and krill for her chick. Famished, Little Emperor nestled between her feet and jammed his bill deep inside his mother's beak, and ate, and ate, and ate. With a full belly, Little Emperor took his first tentative step. Whoops! He stumbled and slipped on the ice. Then he stood up, dazed and bewildered, and tried again. Tired, he snuggled into the soft comfort of his mother's belly flap and peeked back out at his father. Peekaboo. But Father Penguin was starving. While Mother Penguin had been away, he had stood in a huddle with the other males, each balancing a single egg, and hadn't eaten for 3 whole months. So, Kipsters, I just heard something interesting. The story said that while Mother Penguin had been away, Father Penguin stood in the huddle with the other males. I'm wondering, what do you think the word males means? If Mother was away and Father was with the males, what does males mean? Like, you get a piece of mail in the mailbox? No, that wouldn't make sense. There's no mailboxes by these penguins. Maybe you're right. Maybe males means like the men penguins or the dad penguins. So all the mother penguins are gone looking for food, and all the dads stay behind and they take care of the egg. And that is making Father Penguin really hungry. Now it was his turn to make the long, hard journey down to the sea for food. And for weeks at a time, through the long night of winter, little Emperor's father and mother took turns trudging back and forth, sharing their catch with their chick. And all this time, little Emperor grew and grew. I wonder what little Emperor will look like on the next page. He got bigger. By the time the sun came back, spreading its light like a giant wing across the gleaming ice, little Emperor was living more and more with the other young penguins. With his soft tuft of down sprouting like wild grass, little Emperor played with the others and waited for the sea ice to open not so far away. Oh man, look how big he got! At last, in midsummer, it was time. At 5 months old, little Emperor and his clan waddled down to the sea. They hopped and leaped and tobogganed, whoosh, until they reached the ocean. Curious and scared, little Emperor craned his neck and looked out to sea at the floating castles of ice. Suddenly, another young penguin bumped him. He slipped and plunged in, sploosh, and dove underwater. Soon the water foamed and boiled with hundreds of little penguins flashing through the sea. But something was lurking. Something was waiting. Before we find out who is lurking and waiting, what do you notice the penguins can do? Yeah, these penguins are really good at swimming. And they swim underwater, looking maybe for some food. Oh my gosh, who's lurking? Who's waiting? Do you remember? Ah! A ferocious sea leopard! Little Emperor spun and twirled. He torpedoed away, leaped like a dolphin, and rocketed clear out of the sea, escaping the seal's deadly jaws. Squawking an alarm, little Emperor waddled along the ice edge till the leopard of the sea was gone. Safe now, he plunged back in, paddling and leaping through the thawing ocean, catching fish and squid and krill, bursting with energy and life. So now we know that those penguins go swimming so they can catch fish and squid and krill to eat. Yum, yum, yum. Now the little Emperor of Antarctica would live at sea. In 4 years, as the dark of winter approached, he would begin the ancient journey back to the breeding grounds, where it would be his turn to balance one precious egg on his 2 webbed feet. Kipsters, what does little Emperor do at the end of the story? Yeah. Oh, I bet you looked at the pictures and listened to the words to answer that question. You're right, Kipsters. At the end of the story, little Emperor becomes a father too, and he balances his baby egg on his feet and protects it while the mother is out to look for food. Kipsters, I loved reading about all of these penguins and continents and different things with you. Now, next week, we are going to start reading about something brand new. And I cannot wait to tell you all about it. You have got to come on YouTube every single day of next week so that you can learn something brand new with me. I miss you, your teachers miss you and love you, and we cannot wait to see you soon. Bye, Kipsters.